This is a worldwide release. It's going to be released in the US too, as well.
Correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't had the chance to come over to the US yet, but it's a pretty great opportunity for us to be on a label that's going to release it in the US as well. Hopefully that'll open some doors for us over there. We'll wait and see what happens.
Right now, do you know like what type of fan base you have over here already? What your demographic is, or?
I don't know that we even do at this stage, to be honest, because it's a really untapped source for us. I mean, we've just been building it at home, and who knows, really? I think like we are the sort of band that could do really well in the States, and we're all about the live band being a live thing, and high energy rock and roll show and all that stuff. So
I think that maybe a few people in the States might have heard of us through working on our last release, which was self-released, our EP. We worked with Chris Goss from Masters of Reality on that release. And I think maybe a few people in the States might have heard of us through that.
Hello?
Right. So I mean, I think it's I think you guys have a great sound. I think it's a refreshing sound. I think it would get a good amount of airplay here. I think that's what this country needs at this point, is to bring rock and roll back. It's kind of where I'm from. It's mostly a huge metal scene. I love metal music. I love all types of rock, but
so do I.
We need more rock bands. That's all I can say.
We're your band.
Who's producing the release?
The release is produced by a guy that we worked with on we did a standalone single, which was the one that you played at the top of the show. Called Highway Home, and we worked with a producer called Evanson on the release for that, and he's done the record with us as well, and we recorded a really nice studio over here in the UK called Chairworks near Leeds, and we've just had a lot of the mixes back, and we're working on them at the moment, but it's sounding really great. We're all really happy with it and really excited as to see how it turns out, really.
So the name Tax the Heat, what is that derived from?
It comes from a Beatles lyric, actually. It's from a song by the Beatles called Taxman from the Revolver album.
Right.
That's something. I'm just going to see if I can add Alex back into the conversation here. I think we lost him.
Okay.
But yeah, that's something that me and Alex were. It's one of those things you've got to go through when you start a band. Picking a name and sticking with it is kind of difficult. But we were firing back ideas back and forth at each other, and I had a bunch of ideas kind of saved on my phone and stuff like that. And we were sending ideas back and forth, and it's one that stuck out to Alex. And we looked around, and there was, apart from Beatles lyric sheets, there was no one else online called Tax the Heat and all those kind of things that are important to a band nowadays. So yeah, it made a lot of difference.
Yeah, and I mean the name, it's different. So as soon as you like when I was first contacted about you guys, I was like, the name, it makes you think for a second. So it's just one of those things. How many videos have you guys produced?
We've done two videos so far. So we did a video for our first single, Fed to the Lions, and then we did a video for the single Highway Home, again, the one that you played at the top. Both of those songs are going to be on the record as well, on the album, and we're going to release kind of like a promo video tomorrow with the new single for Some Sympathy is the new single, and that's just going to have a load of footage that we've taken from gigs that we've done, and shots that we've taken from gigs that we've done over the last couple of years, and then I think we're going to do a proper video for the next single, which is going to be released closer to the actual album release.
Cool. So, what type of? I don't know if you were able to get Alex back on. So
no, he doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be available.
Yeah, he's.
Let's try.
It looks like he's online, but yeah. If you want to do that, I'll ask a few questions while you're doing that, if it's possible. But as far as
get back.
Okay, as far as like MTV. Here is pretty much, there's no music in MTV anymore.
Right.
So how do you guys plan on marketing here, and what type of video airplay goes on over there? Is there still like a music channel where you guys are?
There are still a few music channels, but I don't think they really cater for our kind of music. Any of the stuff that you and me are into, really. I think, Jay.
Right.
I think it's pretty much just down to the stuff that's in the charts and that kind of stuff now. MTV doesn't have any music videos on over here. It's just kind of shows and stuff now.
Yeah, so it's the same
Kardashians and all that. So I think it's a pretty similar story, really, as to over there. And yeah, it's just really via YouTube and online blogs and trying to get the name around that way, I think, really.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it is. I mean, it's great in a way, too, because it's instant access and the people can watch it whenever they want. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm back from the day where it was, you couldn't wait to get home from school to watch, the top 20 videos or whatever it was. So it's just, you got to go with the change. I mean, are they going to distribute physical copies of your CD, or is it just going to be a digital release?
It is. There are going to be physical copies. Yeah, we did. Being kind of 60s influenced as we are, coming from all the blues stuff and that, we really push for anything on vinyl that we can. Me and Alex listen to a lot of music on vinyl, and so yeah, I think we're going to get some CDs and also some vinyls pressed as well. I don't know yet whether in the States it might only be a digital release. But we'll have to wait and see on that, I think.
Yeah, I think if if it's promoted right, I don't think it'll matter if the physical copies are here, or these people will order them from the UK, basically. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? So awesome. I mean, I definitely want to pick up a copy. So
nice.
But how long have you been doing what you do, basically, since you're a kid, or?
Yeah, Alex, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back now. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
That's all right.
Terrible.
No worries.
Terrible internet connection, I think.
I'm sure that I heard, speaking of that, I heard the internet and, stuff is like light years ahead of what we have over here. You guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't want to know what's over there.
I do, for my day job, I do technical support, and there's people that come to the States. They're either in the military or something, and they come here and they're like, this internet sucks compared to where I'm from. So I just think it's funny that it's starting to pick up pace here, but I don't know, the government control and stuff, but yeah. So we talked a lot about the new release. So where tomorrow is the new song going to be available?
So I think,
Jack, that's just coming out digital, iTunes and all of that sort of stuff.
Cool. Now it's going to be featured. Is it going to be featured? You mentioned something about another radio show. It's going to be featured tomorrow?
It was this morning that there's a on Planet Rock, which is online and digital radio over here. They've got the DJ's called Paul Anthony, and he's got a big breakfast sort of drive time show, and they did the exclusive first play of it over here this morning, and that went really well, and we got an amazing response about that. So yeah, it's all been sort of queued up for the release tomorrow, and yeah, it's just going to hopefully start building from there onwards, really, like it has been already.
And so now you guys, are you about to go out on a tour with this release?
We're doing a headline run, yeah, and this is kind of the singles come out just in time for that, really, to sort of spike some more interest and sort of spread the name around a little further, maybe than it has got so far. And we're doing like a club run. We're visiting some of the towns we've played in the last kind of year and a bit, and hopefully see some of the old faces and some new faces as well. And we're really looking forward to it because it's our first headline run.
Yeah, we've got a couple of firsts coming up because we're doing some support shows as well out in Europe, in Holland and Belgium, supporting Europe, the band. And that's the first time we've actually been out of the UK into Europe. So we've got some pretty exciting times coming up for the live shows and our first headline shows around the country as well. I think it's going to be really good.
So that's awesome. It's definitely excellent exposure what you guys are doing. So are you guys doing a lot of press for this run, or?
We will be. Yeah, we've been doing a few things. I mean, really, the big push that we wanted was on the new single. So I think that's gone in a few publications over here. I mentioned Classic Rock Magazine earlier, which is kind of a big magazine for rock music over here. They're gonna feature the track and some stuff like that, and then we're gonna do a bunch of press around the shows. So yeah, pretty busy times.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get that track to start spinning on the show. So
awesome.
Now, who do you guys have supporting acts in place that are going to, be on every show with you, or is it more or less you just going to pick up couple of local bands to open the show for you?
Both, actually. Yeah, we're gonna have two bands, so it's going to be a 3-band bill on all the shows, and we have a band called Leo Gun out on all the shows with us, who are great. And then we've got a local opener at each of the shows as well, and it's nice to have some of our friends' bands come out and do those along the way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cool. So now, when you guys go out on the road, are you going out for the full term and then coming home? And do you find it hard to be away from home?
Well, compared to how it would be in America, it's not. That's
exactly
bad.
what I was going to say as well.
I mean, you get points where you feel like pretty tired or whatever, and sort of you moan about the drives being like 2 or 3 hours long, right. And then you play with a band from America and they're going like we travel like 10 hours between shows, and then you think, oh yeah, well actually this is kind of easy, really.
It's barely even 10 hours from the top of the country to the bottom. It's not even 10 hours.
Right. Are you guys nervous about coming to the United States when it's finally going to happen? Or
I'm looking forward to it. My last band sort of did a bit of playing over there. We only ended up doing shows in LA and some in California, other places as well. But it was great, and the American audiences were superb and sort of really up for seeing some UK rock. So I'd love us to get the chance to do it. I was thinking about it today, actually. I was just thinking, man, that would be great if we do get to go and do some cool shows over there, or jump on tour with a cool band or something like that.
Who are some of the people that you would like to tour with?
Well, you've got like obviously the huge bands that it would be a dream to play with, like I don't know, like Queens of the Stone Age, or like the Foos, or any of those sort of huge bands. But then there's all kinds of stuff in between as well. There's like, I don't know, even some of the older heritage acts would be great, and some of the newer bands coming around. Like,
yeah, I guess like I don't know how Rival Sons are doing out in the States at the moment. I know they kind of tour a lot over here. Are they big in the States as well, Jay?
I'm not too sure. I haven't heard much about them. So they're
a kind of blues driven band like us. I think they did a lot of shows over here to start with and kind of made a name for themselves over here. But I think they're doing pretty well in the States as well. And we'd love